והממשלה לחי עולמים הנוי והנצח לחי עולמים
הסיגוי והשגב לחי עולמים העוז והענווה לחי עולמים הפדות והפאר לחי עולמים הצבי והצדק לחי עולמים
הקריאה והקדושה לחי עולמים הארון והרוממות לחי עולמים השיר והשבח לחי עולמים
התהילה והתפארת לחי עולמים
We speak like this. What's the right tone? Is this good? Okay. Yes? Okay. Good evening. We're beginning the program. כולם מוזמנים להשתתף בפרוגרם שיש לנו הערב. Try. Okay. So this is obviously not, yeah, close. This is close. We feel close to Orna. Right. So this is obviously not just an evening about Orna, or our dear Orna Bas Chaim, but I'm sure this is a very special crowd who are quite spiritually sensitive, especially if you've been friends with Orna. So I would assume that everybody agrees that Orna is here tonight running the program. Does that sound right? That's not fancy poetry, that's the case. So I'm going to let you know, we know that number one, V'hi b'chaim. How do I know V'hi b'chaim? On that day, Chol Hamoed Sukkos, one of the things I like to do, I have a hobby, I like to make websites. And as a hobby, I buy domain names. It's names for websites like ilovemalabamalkas.com or I'm sitting at that table.com, you know that. So, and 1 second. Some people, when they treat themselves, they need a little treat, they go out for sushi. I buy domain names. So that day, I said, okay, then we need to make a website for Orna. So I looked up orna.com. What you do is you check to see if it's still available. Maybe somebody else bought it. So I looked up orna.com. Now, obviously, they said someone already bought it. It's not available. What they do I check on GoDaddy. What they do on GoDaddy and probably other servers is they give you other choices. They say, okay, well, orna.com is not available, but how about orna.org, orna.info? And now recently they have all kinds of like orna.usa, or let's say you're looking up Mashiach.com. There's no way you can buy Mashiach.com anymore. So they say, do you want to buy Mashiach.info or Mashiach.usa or something like that? They must have come up just then with a new dot instead of .com because this is what they wrote to me. Orna.com is, now remember her name is Orna Bas Chaim. Until that moment, that morning, she was Orna Bas Bracha Berta. And then she became Orna Bas Chaim, Orna the daughter of life. Orna, alive. So GoDaddy, they didn't know this, and they don't know Orna. And GoDaddy is it's an example of the Welt, the Gaisha world. that's here, if we keep ourselves focused, they will walk in sync with us. So what comes up on the page, they said orna.com is not available. Would you care to purchase orna.life, L-I-F-E? Orna.life. And it costs $1.99 on top of that. Orna.life. Now, right, did you ever see a website like malavamalka.life? Never. Orna.life. So I understood that it's not only we feel Vihi B'chaim. At the moment, in those moments when she went from Orna Bas Bracha Berta to a higher frequency, even the world GoDaddy said Orna.life. So I bought Orna.life, obviously. So I have other things to say about the name Orna. Maybe I'll say afterwards. But we understand Vihi B'chaim. So she's running this program. She's teaching. She's our teacher. She continues to teach us, and it's heartwarming to be here with her. And we have a really nice program planned. And at the end, after the dancing, everybody's invited to tell stories. We'll sit in a circle, and everybody's invited to tell stories of Orna. Basof kulam muzmanim, basof sof achrei harikudim, lagid sipurim, kol echad yagid sipur al Orna ve'achayim shalehem im Orna. So please have it in mind. Keep your stories fresh and ready. So now we're going to hear Racheli. Racheli will sing us a song. Thank you so much. Are we saying the Rebbe's Kapitel? Organizers. Yes? Say it before. I don't have a Sefer Tehillim. Our organizers. Here. Oh, but you know what? You'll have to, because you're wearing glasses and I'm not. 120. You want to come up? Would somebody come up and say the Rebbe's Kapitel? I'm happy to do it, but it's too small. The writing is too small. Would Mrs. Hendel please come up? Would Mrs. Yes? Okay. Boy. Thank you.
Don't worry about it.
Everybody ready? Okay. שיר המעלות. אל אדוני בצרת לי, קראתי ויענני. אדוני הצילה נפשי משפת שקר מלשון רמיה. מה ייתן לך ומה יוסיף לך לשון רמיה. הצא גיבור שנונים עם גחלי תמים. אויה לי כי גרתי משך שכנתי מעולה כדר. רבת שכנה לנפשי עם שונא שלום. אני שלום וכי אדבר המה למלחמה. יחי אדוננו מורנו ורבנו מלך המשיח לעולם ועד. יחי אדוננו מורנו ורבנו מלך המשיח לעולם ועד. יחי אדוננו מורנו ורבנו מלך המשיח לעולם ועד. יחי המלך. מה?
אוקיי.
מה?
זה מצוין, תודה.
השם הוא משיח, מה רבי? השם is bigger than the Rebbe. Hashem is high, the high.
That's Racheli's last name. What? Eliyahu. Oh. Racheli Eliyahu for very special songs.
Shavua Tov to everyone. Nafshi, nafshi, חמדה, חמדה בצל ידיך. אוי לדעת, אוי לדעת, אוי לדעת כל רסודך. נפשי, נפשי חמדה, חמדה בצל ידיך. אוי לדעת, אוי לדעת, אוי לדעת כל רסודך. יא רב נא שיחי עליך, כי נפשי תרוג, כי נפשי תרוג אליך. יא רב נא שיחי עליך, כי נפשי תרוג, כי נפשי תרוג אליך. נפשי, נפשי חמדה, חמדה בצל ידיך. אוי לדעת, אוי לדעת, אוי לדעת כל רסודך. נפשי חמדה, חמדה בצל ידיך. אוי לדעת, אוי לדעת, אוי לדעת כל רסודך. יא רב נא שיחי עליך, כי נפשי תרוג, כי נפשי תרוג אליך. יא רב נא שיחי עליך, כי נפשי תרוג, כי נפשי תרוג אליך. תודה. נפשי חמדה בצל ידיך, אוי לדעת כל רסודך. נפשי חמדה בצל ידיך, לדעת כל רסודך. עם זמירות ושירים ארוך, כי אליך נפשי תרוג. אפשר להצטרף. נפשי חמדה בצל ידיך, אוי לדעת כל רסודך. נפשי חמדה בצל ידיך, לדעת כל רסודך. יא רב נא שיחי עליך, כי נפשי תרוג, כי נפשי תרוג אליך. תודה רבה.
We all know that Orna was a very excellent, a very special teacher of Likutei Torah and Torah Or. And I'll say one thing comical. I wondered why I was asked to be the chair lady, and I think it's because I'm Canadian, so I know the best English here. Well, so Rabbi Zurkin and I come from the same city, but they did not ask him to teach Likutei Torah because he knows the best English, but rather because he's an excellent teacher of Likutei Torah. And so we'll marinate in remembering all the special Likutei Torah shirim that we had from Orna. Rabbi Zurkin, please.
Good luck, everyone. It's a big honor for me to speak here today. As Orna Allah Shalom was actually honored us, our family, to come to our chasana, and I believe that was the last simcha that she attended. Now, today was Shabbos, Yud Cheshvan. On Yud Cheshvan, we read in Tehillim the words Pada b'shalom nafshi. The author of this verse, of course, was David HaMelech. David HaMelech was thanking Hashem for redeeming his soul in peace. Now, David HaMelech was a man that was stricken with a tremendous amount of turmoil during his life, with unrest and war. Now, David HaMelech, of course, said this because he had reprieve and Hashem gave him shalom. But the question is, how could David HaMelech actually say Pada b'shalom nafshi, that it was with shalom? Well, we know that Hashem did not let David HaMelech build the Beis HaMikdash. He was a man of war, not a man of peace. That was Shlomo HaMelech, not David. There were 3 Rabbeim that said this verse, Pada b'shalom nafshi, and were freed. The first one, the author of Likutei Torah, which was the Alter Rebbe. He was redeemed and freed on Yutes Kislev. Though it wasn't Yud Kislev, nevertheless, the Alter Rebbe, in his time of trouble, added into Tehillim and said, Kapitel Nun Hey, and was freed when he said the pasuk Pada b'shalom nafshi. The second Rebbe that was freed was the Mittel Rebbe, who was during saying, it was the Kapitel Tehillim Yud Kislev, said the words Pada b'shalom nafshi, and was freed. And the third one was the Frierdiker Rebbe on Yud Beis and Yud Gimel Tammuz. He said Pada b'shalom nafshi. Obviously, it just so happens to be that the Frierdiker Rebbe was saying it because it was a Tuesday. We can understand that it obviously pertained most to the Mittel Rebbe, which was on Yud, because every year it will always be the same. It would be on Yud Kislev, we say the words Pada b'shalom, so it connects the most with the Mittel Rebbe. Now, why would David HaMelech say Pada b'shalom nafshi? The Mittel Rebbe says that the reason why David HaMelech said the words Pada B'Shalom Nafshi was because he actually had the real peace. He actually had Shalom. Even though it appeared that he was a man of war, that's why he wasn't able to build a Beis HaMikdash, nevertheless, he actually had true peace. The Rebbe says that that is the case by each one of the Rabbeim, that they actually have true peace. And the Rebbe brings a proof. In Gemara, every daf you go in, pretty much, you will find arguments. You will find argument upon arguments. Obviously, it's a machlokes l'shem shamayim. However, nevertheless, there is a lot of machlokes. When you come to Chassidus, you will not find a single machlokes in Chassidus. You will never find such a thing. Every Rebbe intertwines with the next Rebbe. David HaMelech was the first Mashiach. Still is the Mashiach. He was the one who started it. And his descendant is Mashiach. So when David HaMelech was saying Pada B'Shalom Nafshi, he was referring that he does have the inner peace of Mashiach. It is within him. And the same applies with each one of the Rabbeim. That they have Chassidus. And since they have Chassidus, and there's no arguments, it's true Shalom. Even though they were in Russia with the Tsars and tremendous amount of evil around them, nevertheless, since they surround themselves with peace, Chassidus, they have no concept of strife. As I mentioned, Yud Kislev obviously connects the most with the Mittel Rebbe because every year it falls out. And Tes Kislev was the Mittel Rebbe's birthday. And did not live to see the next year after he was freed to see, the memorial that was made for him. So the Rebbe brings down that it was actually his birthday was a preparation for his freedom. It brings down in Shulchan Aruch every Shabbos. I'm sure many women over here will know this. Before Shabbos, if you want to eat on Shabbos, you'll have to prepare before Shabbos, or else you'll have nothing what to eat. So the Shulchan Aruch says, Misha tarach be'erev Shabbos yochel b'Shabbos. One who prepares before Shabbos will have what to eat, and one who doesn't will not. I have only a few more minutes to speak, so I'll hurry up. So, the Mittel Rebbe's birthday was actually a preparation. And we find the same exact thing by the Rashbi. The Rashbi, the day he passed away, was actually considered a wedding day. Kebei Hilula Damya. It was considered a wedding day. The question is, why is it a wedding day? The answer that is given is because on the last day, right before the Rashbi went and left this world, he actually revealed the innermost aspects of Torah, Pnimius HaTorah. So the Rashbi, Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, prepared in this world before he left. And that is the reason why it is considered a wedding day. Now, why is it considered a wedding day? And the answer is very simple. This world is considered like a wedding. If that didn't answer your question yet. In the worlds above, next to Hashem, everyone is considered standing still. Yes, they leap bounds and they go from level to level, and they don't have to worry about Averis or evil things, but nevertheless, they still rise level after level. However, they are considered oimdim. They are all still within a certain range. For example, if someone wants to climb the ranks of an army, he will start off as a private, and climb the ranks till a general, a 5-star general. But no matter what he does, he will never become a prince. It'll never happen. The only way to become a prince is by being born into the family. The only way to attain and become part of Hashem and unified with Him is only through being born and coming down to this world. And the reason for that, it brings down in Likutei Torah, which Orna, Allah Hashem, gave every week a share between Mincha and Ma'ariv. It brings down in Likutei Torah that just like a chasana, you have two polar opposites. You have a man and a woman unifying together. The only way to do that is through a chuppah. It's bringing down the unlimited power. It's bringing down a revelation from the unlimited, which is Ein Sof. It's bringing down from Hashem Himself. That is what's unifying the man and the woman. The same thing happens when a neshama descends down to this world. When a neshama comes down here, you have gashmius. A neshama is ruchnius. In order to have the two of them combine and become unified completely, that is only when you have a koyach of Ein Sof. You have the unlimited power connecting them both together. And that is the reason why this world is considered like a chasana. Because just like a chasana, it's unifying a man and a woman together and bringing the unlimited power to bring generations after generations. The same thing occurs when a neshama comes down to this world. It's bringing down the unlimited power that a person has to do good deeds in this world. And I will finish off with saying this, that David HaMelech's reference that he had utter and complete peace, he was redeemed in complete peace, is in reference to the times of Mashiach, which started with David HaMelech. The same thing is that should be revealed nowadays, with the Rebbe taking us out of Golus, and Orna should come and see her fruits of her labor of bringing peace and learning Likutei Torah, which has no arguments in it, throughout Chassidus, and bring and see the fruits of her labor. Good Tvach.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Zirkin. Now we will have a video of Orna, slideshow and a video of Orna, followed by a short Dvar Torah by Abigail Halevi, a very, very dear friend of Orna's.
Oh, there should be sound. This is Arna singing by this rain. Can you hear it? Make a sound.
You have to use the sound.
No.
Use the sound.
Oh.
Okay, so make it back. Go back.
Yeah.
אני זוכרת את זה כמו היום. זה נכון, היא עשתה את זה.
No, no, no. No, no, it's not for me. No sound? Ah, chaval.
Year in the same way.
Oh, this is Simcha's base from Arna's window. Some music.
אמן.
Barajos para Israel, Mamahem, Yahadinai Bishbaraka, Yahadinai Panagalacha Lufunaka, Amen.
This is by one of the bar mitzvahs of Mashiach.
Okay. Yeah, a reality check. So I think that's the real reality. That's the real reality, V'hi b'chaim. We'll now have a short Dvar Torah by Avigail Halevi. Avigail, a good friend of, what should I say about everybody? A good friend of Orna. Everybody here is a good friend of Orna, so can you come out? While she's walking up, I went with Sylvia Orleans to visit. The last time we visited was Cholamoid Sukkos, and Sylvia said maybe she can bench lulav and esrog. Maybe Orna can bench lulav and esrog. And so, so we were walking around. Who had a lulav and esrog? And all of a sudden, we're going down the stairs, and there's a young man with a lulav and esrog. And we said, would you come to? So we brought it. He gave it to us, and she benched. And that was the one picture we had, and she, her neshama moved on Cholamoid Sukkos, the day of, yeah. Okay.
Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov. I can't believe that we're all here together for what we're here for. But I know that, knowing Orna, I know how precious every single person in this room and every single person that might be watching is to her. And, it's an incredible thing how much love she had for everyone, how much love she inspired, and how much love all of you poured onto her. So in her merit, based on this video that we just saw, let's sing a song. Likvod Hemda Levavi, Eliyahu Navi. It's Motzi Shabbos. It's Rachli Menu's yahrtzeit. We're celebrating Orna. Let's sing together. Likvod Hemda Levavi, Eliyahu Navi. I don't hear anyone. Likvod Hemda Levavi, Eliyahu Navi. Ay, 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 ay. Who knows the words? La 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 la, ya ya ya, ya 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 ya, ay 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 ay, ya la ya la ya ya. Lekevod Hemda Levavi, Eliyahu Navi. Lekevod Hemda Levavi, Eliyahu Navi. So they say about Rachel Imenu that Mashiach comes to her first. And he says to her, I'm here. She says, what are you talking about? You're here. You took so long. I'm not even looking at you. Go, get out of here. So he goes here and he goes there and he tells everyone, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And he knows that it's Rachel Imenu that he needs the approval for. And he comes back to her and he says, I've told everyone that I'm here. And now I'm coming back to you. I'm really here. It's me. She says, it's you? It can't be you. My eyes are already dim from waiting for you for so long. Go, go, go. You took too long. I don't want to see you. She can't believe that it's real. And then he comes the third time. He goes all around. Everyone's understanding he's really here. Like, it's almost like, From even before creation, we've been waiting for Mashiach. We've been yearning for Mashiach. Mashiach is everything. Mashiach is the air that we breathe. And suddenly it's like we went through all this and we do it with joy, but deep down it's sort of like there's that numbness where he's standing right in front of us and we don't believe it. He comes to her a third time. And the Zohar says, until Rachel Imenu accepts Mashiach, he can't fully reveal himself. So who is Rachel Imenu? Rachel Imenu is Knesset Yisrael. Is every single one of us. She gave her life to give birth to us. And it says that she is the one for whom the second Beis Hamikdash is rebuilt. Because when Hashem destroyed the first Beis Hamikdash, the main reason, they say, is because of Avodah Zarah. And she speaks to Hashem and she says to him, why are you destroying the Jewish people by destroying the Beis Hamikdash when I myself, I had a chassan, he belonged to me, you created me together with him, and I gave him over to my sister without jealousy. And you're jealous for your honor because of Avodah Zarah when you know that it's just a spirit of insanity that's coming into the Jewish people? I gave it up. You give it up. And the Yalkut Shimoni says that Hashem listened to Rachel Imenu, and it's in her schus that Beis HaMikdash was rebuilt. The second temple came. And here we are waiting actively for the third Beis HaMikdash. Not waiting, we're bringing it. And that too will be in the schus of Rachel Imenu, which is every single Jew. As the Rebbe told us on Koach Nisan, that now he's giving the redemption over to every single Jew. It's in our hands. So we all know that Orna is together with us in what I would call, since I came to Crown Heights in 1990, Tavshin Nun, Erev Rosh Hashanah of Tavshin Nun, the Hasidim, the Jews, the whole world around the Rebbe was literally gathering in those moments. I know that I came to Crown Heights because of a brengen of Yud Beis Tammuz in the year Tavshin Nun Tes, Tavshin Mem Tes. I was in Eretz Yisrael, and I went simply to a Farbrengen. Yes, Mem Tes. And the Chabad rabbi there said that the Rebbe says that this upcoming year of Tav Shin Nun is going to be the year of miracles. And I was frum-ish. I thought that keeping kosher means you don't eat any meat, you just eat cheese and bread, but you can go to the store and buy any cheese you want. That's what I thought. I didn't know much, but I said to myself at that Farbrengen, I said, I know what the Rebbe means. He means that it's Mashiach coming, and I'm going to go and see it with my own eyes. And how did I know that? I didn't know it from the Sichas, and I did not know it from the Kutei Torah. I knew it because of my own soul, because every single person has a soul, and that soul is telling us the truth. And if we just listen to it, we know the truth. So when I arrived in Tavshin Nun, there was the Rebbe. For me, it was the full revelation of Mashiach. And there it was. As the Rebbe said in the year 1991, 5751, the Rebbe said that Mashiach is already here. We just have to open our eyes. And now something incredible is happening this year at the Shluchim Convention. They have decided to make the theme of the Shluchim Convention the understanding and the attachment to the Sicha of Tavshin Nun Beis, 1992, of Chayesara. And at this Shluchim Convention, so this was the year 1992, in which the Rebbe actually went for broke and told us that the redemption is already here, and that Mashiach is here, and he is coming, and he's kavarba, he already came. All kinds of things that the Rebbe was giving us. And in this year, he says, the Sicha, Parshas Chayesara, and he says this. He says, our shlichos, as we knew it, is Baruch Hashem finished. And what he meant by that is clarified in the parshas that continue, Parshas Vayetze, Parshas Vayishlach. And the Rebbe says that the world has already been refined. The completion of the refinement of the world is finished. And we know that we are being held back in exile only because of those few sparks that still need to be completed. But the Rebbe said it's over, which means it's the Geula. He said that Esav is already refined. Esav is ready for the redemption. Every single Jewish body is already refined. Everything is done. Parshas Noach, Tshuva of the Jewish people has been completed. It's not just, Mashiach will come, we just have to do one more this and one more that. It's over. That is all over. Stop thinking that there's something more that we have to do. We have accomplished. We have victory already. Mashiach came. So what do we do with this? What do we do with this? So the Rebbe continues and says that there's a new avoda, there's a new service, and this service is lekabel es penei Mashiach tzidkenu. And this is what he said to the whole world, all the shluchim, and he expected all the shluchim to teach this to the world. We now have the service to receive the innermost essence of Mashiach Tzidkenu, to not just his essence, but actually his face, meaning we have to receive his revelation. So Penei means essence, but it also means face. Our job is to see the Rebbe face to face, to see Orna face to face. And now we go back to what Saratova said, that she made a website, orna.chaim. The Rebbe said that there is no more passing away. We need Yidden to be neshamas begufi. We are not going to accept a state of anything else. And here we are leading into a Baal Shem Tov story. So the Baal Shem Tov, as we know, when he was born, this is actually a story told. There was a chassid of the Alter Rebbe who had such a long life that he had merited to see. He had merited to, I think he had seen the Baal Shem Tov. He must have seen the Baal Shem Tov. Is it possible? I don't know. Yes, I think it is. Anyway, the Alter Rebbe in his day asked this chassid, tell us a story of the Baal Shem Tov. No. Okay, anyway, I don't know if he was the Alter Rebbe's chassid. It couldn't have been the Baal Shem Tov story. Tell us a story of the Baal Shem Tov that you actually heard from the mouth of the Alter Rebbe. It was the Alter Rebbe student. And he gave over a story like this, that when the Baal Shem Tov was created, Gehenna caught on fire. Gehenna went up in flames. And you're right. By the way, did you ever wonder why at Havdalah we make a flame? We always have a candle, and why we keep the challahs covered? Why everything is covered, even the blech? Why we put a blech? We always think because of not cooking, but the Zohar says that we cover the fire on Shabbos. Shabbos is a taste of Olam Haba. Shabbos is a taste of Mashiach times, and so why do we use a blech to cover the fire? Obviously not to cook, al pi Shulchan Aruch, but according to the Zohar, we are not going near fire on Shabbos. We are going into peace, no war, the flames of love only. And so when the Baal Shem Tov was born, Gehenna caught on fire from its fire, and it burnt to a crisp. Maybe it was always burning, but it burnt to a crisp. There was nothing left of it. And the contractors came, and they said, what should we do? How do we rebuild Gehenna? He said, you know what, it's impossible. All we have left is ashes. We're going now to take Gan Eden. We'll make Gehenna Gan Eden. What Gan Eden is now, that will be Gehenna. And we'll build a new Gan Eden. So what does that mean? Since the Baal Shem Tov was born, since we were given the Torah of Hasidus from the Baal Shem Tov, that is when we had permission to spread this Torah to the whole world and Mashiach would come. And now we're there. Now we're absolutely there. So what is the service? How do we do this? How do we the Kabbalas Pnei Mashiach Tzidkenu, which the Rebbe told us 30 years ago? And here we have a lesson from Lech Lecha. This Sikha is so incredible because, you know, there is the Torah as we know it, and before I tell you, I know my bridge to the Torah was Orna. Because when I came to Machon Hana, so that was Tafshin in 1990, I wanted to study the Kutei Torah and Torah, or I wanted to study Deep Hasidus. And every 2 months, I went to the Rebbe for dollars. And I said, please, I want to go to Machon Alta. And every single time he looked me in the eyes and he said, At tzarich l'sha'er po. You have to stay here. And I was like, no. And then another 2 months I would go again. I'd like a blessing to go to Machon Alta. At tzarich l'sha'er po. You have to stay. So only later did I understand why I had to stay. My father came 6 months later. My brother was at Columbia. He was coming for Shabbos every week. My sister was coming for all of the Yomim Tovim. And slowly, our family, which had grown up, not frum, was slowly becoming more and more frum until all of the children in our family became Hasidim today. And their families, their children. And the Rebbe kept me here. But you know how the Rebbe is so gentle and pure mercy, and your deepest desire, your deepest will, he will always make sure happens. So every single year, Rosh Hashanah time, girls from Machon Alta would come. And for whatever reason, they would meet me on the Kingston side of Shul, and they would say, you're my best friend. And they would say, let's study Torah. I didn't even know Hebrew. I knew Aleph Beis, that's it. And they would sit with me with the big books, and I would be looking, and they would teach me. But the Kohen Gadol of all the teachers, and they were incredible. Sometimes we would start learning at Mincha time of Shabbos, and we would go late into the night. We could not close the books. Or sometimes we would do Farbrengens all night with music and Likutei Torah and Torah Or. And of course, Orna was always there. The Kohen Gadol of all the teachers was always Orna. And the reason why is because Orna has a Yira Shamayim and a precision, a Gevura that was so strong that you knew whatever she was teaching was exactly, perfectly the emes. As she knew it, as it was humanly possible to understand it, Orna was giving us the emes. So later, it was always an honor to be taught by Orna, but she wouldn't go the long hours. She had her times and her place, but she would give perfection. Later, when I moved to Los Angeles, I still kept 2 times a week a havrusa with Orna that we learned twice a week together. And not just would we learn, she would always fill me in. Rabbi so-and-so said this at the Farbrengen, and this is what's going on in 770. The Bachrim are doing this. And she lives with Hasidishkeit in a way that was just beyond. And look at how many true friends she has, and look at how many of you spent real times with her, endless moments in the life of Orna, which she is still alive. So here's the story from the Baal Shem Tov. It says that when there was a decree against the Jewish people, the Baal Shem Tov would go to a place in the forest, and he would light a fire. And there he would say a special prayer. And from that place, he could always transform the decree. After the Baal Shem Tov passed away, the Maggid of Mezrich would go to that same place in the forest, but he didn't know the prayer. And he, just by going to the place, the Baal Shem Tov would go to the place in the forest, he would light a fire, go and say the prayer, and transform the decree. The Maggid of Mezrich knew about this place. He would go, he would light the fire, but he didn't know the prayer. Then came Reb Leib of Sasov. He would go to the place, but he didn't know exactly how to light the fire, and he also didn't know the prayer. And then came Rabbi Yisrael of Ruzhin, who many people say is the reincarnation of the Baal Shem Tov. And he would sit in his armchair in his room, and he would say to Hashem, I don't know the place. I can't light the fire. I don't know the prayer. But here I am in my armchair, and I'm asking you, do what you do when all the Rebbeim before me would come to the place and light the fire, and say the prayer. So tonight we're here at the place. And the fire is Orna, we're lighting the fire. And the prayer we know, which is what the Rebbe says, I will pray for you at the Tzion of the Frierdiker Rebbe. But you can also say, I will pray for you, Al Tzion, from the depths of my heart, from the Tzion, from the innermost point of my heart. And at that point, the depth of the heart, we can ask Hashem not to delay another second, that which is already here. But we need to see the Rebbe face to face, and we need Orna to sit at this table and play harmonica with us. And we won't be content with anything less. Yeshar koach, all of you, for being the best friends that could ever be in the whole world. The best friends. And for bringing so much warmth to the most beautiful, beautiful Orna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Avigail. We're going to hear Rabbi Majeski on video. And some recorded videos of friends of Orna. Let's say it like this, because the boundary between those who have left the world and before it's thinned out, as the Rebbe said, and so what is virtual, what is real, we don't know. So having an interplay of video and real, we don't know who's real and who's not. We're all real, and it's all here, and they're all here with us, and we're all... So I just want to say that the name Orna has two meanings. We're in a very dark world, and I thought about it that day, and I looked it up. I said, Orna, please Hashem, give us light. The world is very dark now. Give us light. So we know that Orna is praying for light for us and bringing us light. And Orna means light in motion. Stay fluid. Be in the moment. This is Orna's call to us. Stay fluid. Be in the moment. Flow with whatever Hashem is giving us. And we say to Hashem, give us good things. Give us tuva nirva nigla. And we're going to flow in the moment with Mashiach Tzidkenu. Now, Rabbi Majeski.
I'm sorry that I'm not here in person. I definitely planned to be there in person, but just something came up. So I'm happy that I'm able to at least share some thoughts and feelings in this way, which has become the new mode of communication in recent years. First of all, good Vach. I'm sorry that I'm not here in person. I definitely planned to be there in person, but just something came up. So I'm happy that I'm able to at least share some thoughts and feelings in this way, which has become the new mode of communication in recent years. First of all, it's a very big schus that everyone's getting together in an atmosphere of Chassidish Fabrengen. It's known what the Alter Rebbe said, how powerful the Chassidish Fabrengen is. Was a Chassidish Fabrengen kanuftan, kemalach mechol neshuftan. What a Chassidish Fabrengen could accomplish, even Malach Mechol, which is the angel that is the advocate for Bnei Yisrael, he's the one who defends us in the heavenly court to see that we get all the brachas. As powerful as he is, when Chassidim get together and have him Fabrengen in an atmosphere of everyone together, Sheves Achim Gam Yachad, in Avos Yisrael, this is even more powerful than Malach Mechol. But in addition to that, I recently came across something which is noted in the Sikha, and it's actually a Sikha of exactly 30 years ago, Lech Lecha Tavshin Mem Beis, where the Rebbe points to a medrash on the pasuk by Yaakov Moshe. Now the Eibishter told Moshe Rabbeinu that when Yidden gather together on Shabbos or Yantif, I consider it as if they all together are crowning me as a melech. In other words, in addition to all the advantages and benefits of getting together, people share thoughts and feelings, people strengthen each other, there's Avos Yisrael. In addition to that, the Eibishter says, I consider this as if you're all together crowning me as a melech. And that's something which is very powerful and extremely relevant in terms of bringing Mashiach. As we know, the words of Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, we just learned about it in last week's Sikha of Parshas Noach, that Reb Shimon Bar Yochai says that there are three things that's going to bring Mashiach. One is when Yidden accept Hashem's Malchus, when Yidden accept Mashiach's Malchus, and Yidden are asking for the third Beis HaMikdash to be rebuilt. But there's another interesting thought about this, and that is that it says Tzadikim Deimen Lebeirim, which means that the relationship between the Chassid and a Rebbe is a reflection of the relation between Hashem and Yidden. So the Eibishter says that when Yidden get together, based on his mitzvah of a Yaakov Moshe, I consider it as if they crowned me as a king. So the same would apply to a chassid and a rebbe, that when chassidim get together in an atmosphere of Ahavas Yisrael, based on the Rebbe's hero to have farbrengens, v'chayit and alibay, this is something which is considered as we are crowning the Rebbe as our king, especially as Melech HaMashiach. As we know that that's one of the inyanim that are crucial today in bringing Mashiach, the Kabul Pnei Mashiach Tzidkenu. We know that this gathering is all about V'chayit and alibay, which is to learn from the person and from their life. And definitely, Orna was a chassid, a chassidah, and a role model, and there's so much to learn from her. But I'd like to point out something specific, something unique. Generally, when we speak about a chassid, the way people understand it is a person who studies chassidus, engages in avodas hatfilah, someone's a yirah shamayim, a kusher to the Rebbe, and more or less that's what defines a chassid. But it's really something more than that, and not only more, but to a certain extent, this is really the true essence of a chassid. What I'm referring to is refinement of midas, refined character traits. We know the Alter Rebbe put Ahavas Yisrael into Tanya as Perek Lamed Beis, and this is to indicate that Ahavas Yisrael is the heart of Tanya, the heart of Chassidus, not just another organ. It's the essence. It's everything. The famous letter from the Rebbe Rashab that's printed in Hayom Yom about Chassidus, about Yitzhak Kislev, where he talks about Chassidus, helps us understand the greatness of Hashem, Einay Mulvadei, and all the deep concepts of Chassidus. And then he adds, and Legarish Meitanu, Chassidus is all about getting rid of our negative character traits and having refined character traits. In fact, the Friedrich Rebbe says, Tzemach Tzedek once asked the Alter Rebbe, what is the point of Chassidus? And the Alter Rebbe answered, the point of Chassidus is to transform the nature of a person's character traits. And the Friedrich Rebbe explains, he didn't ask, what is Chassidus? That he knew. Chassidus is the divine wisdom. Chassidus is the inner, deeper dimension of Torah and Yiddishkeit. The question was, what is the point of Chassidus? What is it all about? What's the goal and the destination we're supposed to reach through Chassidus? And the answer was to refine our personality. And I think this is what's unique about Orna and what we can learn from.
Hi, this is Mirella Rosenberger, and I really got to know Orna over the year, more than a year, that the two of us played for Mrs. Shalamis Pape after she had her stroke. We would go to her house Monday, usually about 12 to 1 o'clock, and we played music, and Orna would also give over Devar Torah to Shalamis. And then Orna would always walk me home, even though it was out of her way, but she always walked me home on President Street. And I loved playing music with Orna. It was absolute joy. Another time I played with Orna was for the Hanukkah parties that Natalie Zirkin made every Hanukkah. And Orna played her harmonica, and Natalie played her violin, and I played the piano. And we did this for many years. It was absolutely wonderful. And yeah, I can't wait until we do it again. I cannot wait until we do it again. We should have Orna back and everybody back. All good people that Hashem has taken temporarily.
Good evening to all of Orna's dear friends. My name is Devorah Leah, and Baruch Hashem, I've had the privilege of being Orna's friend here in Crown Heights for many, many years. I'd like to point out something special about Orna in connection to Sukkot. Much has been said about her connection to Simchas Beis L'Shueva, but I'd like to talk about the mitzvah of Lulav and Esrog. We know that many people have Mesiras Nefesh to have the most beautiful, exquisite Mehuder Esrog, and I feel like our Orna is the most beautiful, exquisite Mehuder Esrog. She's rich in both Talmud Torah and learning Torah and teaching Torah, as well as her good deeds, shining to other people, caring for them with so much love and Mesiras Nefesh, especially to her friends, but to other Jews as well. And also one of the aspects of the Esrog is that it's able to weather many different climates and to grow and to mature and prosper and become the best fruit it can be. And I feel like that's the case with Orna as well, how she's been through many things in her life. And she came to Crown Heights, and it wasn't easy, but she was able to fulfill all the things that the Rebbe wants for her. And she was able to give to others, and as well as grow and enrich herself through all kinds of situations. And the Esrog enhances the other species. It's the most beautiful and the most special, yet it's busy with the other species as well, and it enables them to fulfill their function. And I feel that Orna has helped me, as well as the people and she knows, to be better and to be the best we can be. In conclusion, I'd like to say that I went to a Farbrengen fairly recently with her, and it was discussed, what would you do different if you knew that Geula was here already or almost here? And Orna said, I would do everything the same. And what a level this is, that her life was lived and is lived with no regrets and with accomplishing Hashem's mission for her. May we all learn from her beautiful, wonderful, exquisite Mehuder example, and may we all greet Mashiach now.
This is for all of my dear friends, and especially for Orna.
Okay. When Orna received $1 from the Rebbe, we know that when we receive dollars from the Rebbe, all the brachas were transferred via that, in that dollar and via that dollar to us from the Rebbe. So my question to you is the following. What brachas do we believe the Rebbe put into that dollar that he gave to Orna? We can assume brachas for deep scholarship, deep musical abilities, and deep scholarship combined with musical abilities means, in a very dark world, as we said, Orna, an ability to experience truth when no one else can, and to bring that truth out to the entire world, to experience light through Torah that no one else can, and bring that light to the world. Surely that's in Orna's dollar that she received from the Rebbe. That dollar is on the other side of that door, and there will be a raffle so that one of us will have that dollar in our home. No, but this is the dollar that's... And I would say, of course, only one person will win the dollar, but in a sense, of course, the money is going for tzedakah. That means that we're each together, every single person who's purchasing that raffle ticket towards that dollar is a part of that dollar. And to me, each person is reaching out their hand simultaneously with Orna to receive the dollar from the Rebbe, including all of the brachas. So I invite everybody to just, right over there at the desk on the other side of the door, is it a possibility to, the raffle is $15 and possibility for everyone to win that dollar. We'll just give everybody, we'll spend a couple of minutes giving everybody a chance to go and have some tea and buy a raffle ticket, and then we'll have dancing, Shir of Azimra, and then we'll all sit together in a circle and people will tell stories of their life with Orna. Miftzayim. While we're purchasing raffle tickets, or rather, I don't want to say purchasing raffle tickets, while we're being mishtatif with Orna in receiving that dollar from the Rebbe, we'll hear a few words from Mrs. Chana Mrazov about Miftzayim. Miftzayim was very dear to Orna, is dear to Orna, so we'll just hear a bit about Miftzayim and us from Mrs. Mrazov.
Okay, a gute Woche. I have Ayala here that is pointing to me 2 minutes, 1 minute, half a minute. Okay, I'm not so good in modern technology, good Woche everyone, but I found something, a very nice feature on my phone. If I don't want to hear a long message, I put it, No, it's fine. If I don't want to hear a long message, I put it on 1.5 or 2 or 2.5. And then the message is like very, very quick. So I told her either I don't say what I want to say, or I say it very quickly. There's a choice. Usually I like to say what I want to say. So, after Abigail's speech. I'm speechless. But I still want to say that, what you said face to face with the Rebbe. So I had this experience this week. I went Thursday shopping for Shabbos, and I went over to get a little bit sushi for the family. So the Yiddish person that was selling it there, I gave him a l'chaim, and to the Spanish guy, I gave a sheh mitzvahs. And then the Yiddish person that was selling told me, I want to show you something. He showed me, the cell, and on the second side, there was the Rebbe on the cell. So I turned to the Spanish guy and I said to him, who gave it to you? How did you get it? He said, I ordered it from from Amazon. I'm sorry, I ordered it from Amazon. So I said, wow, with the Shem Mitzvah B'nai Noach, the world has changed. He needs the Rebbe. He has to face with the Rebbe. Ayala told me that everyone knows about all the minhagim from Rav Malka. When I came, there was no candles on the table. I always connect my life to the Rebbe, of course, and to my parents. So we were very careful with the minhagim. And I want to go over very quickly that the candles that we put on the table is because we are accompanying Shabbos, the Queen. And there's a minhag, to drink tea. If you're lucky, you get from the well of Miriam and Neviah that opens up. We are set for Bane Chayim, Mezein Revicha. My father used to organize markets in France and in Russia, and they used to tell stories. We heard stories from the Baal Shem Tov especially. I also sing special niguni. Maybe later we could sing. I know Miri also told me last week she loved, Eliyahu Hanavi, different versions of Eliyahu Hanavi, Omar Hashem Yaakov. And they used to finish with a special nigun on my father's name, Rav Shmuel David's nigun Simcha, and Simcha nigun. Maybe later we could sing it together. And in many of our families, my mother used to bake or cook potatoes and herring. So we always have herring and potatoes. Baruch Hashem, here also we had potatoes, and the sushi lax is also herring. So I just wanted to, I thought I want to give something special to Orna. And Hashem, when He gives you a talent, you have to use it. I don't think I have such a big talent. I think it's getting a little bit worse now. I'm getting older. Maybe it's getting better. Who knows? But I decided, as usual, last minute. If not for last minute, things wouldn't get done. Trying to be a little more ahead of the game, but whatever. After Havdalah, I decided to write a couple of rhymes. So, I don't know if it does justice to Orna, but I said something a little bit harder for me. And something that, maybe will be appealing a little bit more than just saying, from the heart, but in rhymes. From above, a special neshama had to descend. She became everybody's best friend. It's our dear Orna that brought us tonight together as one. She's really missed by everyone. We can't forget her smile. She would go this extra mile to help Begashmis V'ruchnias, another Yid that she knew was in need. At the Shabbos table, she was not a guest. She was part of the family. With rizus, she helped prepare very quickly. From her pearls of wisdom, she would share quietly, only if asked, because of her great modesty. Yet, she shared her vast knowledge of Hasidus with all. Doesn't matter if big or small. Her message imbued with sweetness she would convey. Her many students would listen to every word she would say. So she reached out to every Jew who she came in contact with and who she knew. Didn't finish. Her face would radiate from midas tovos and intelligence. She had also amazing common sense. But most of all, it was her joy. She invited us to her apartment, the Simchas Beis HaShe'eva, to enjoy. She played music with all her strength. To pick up somebody's spirit, she knew how much it meant. In this week's Parshas Lech Lecha, Hashem promised Avram Avinu, Eretz Yisrael, the Holy Land. His journey and ours is coming to an end. With strengthening our emunah and simcha, it will happen right now, with the Rebbe Melech Moshiach leading us to the Geula HaShlema, Ozi Malis Rekpinu, or Shanei Rina. Okay. Okay, announcing from Ayala, I must announce that Miri prepared a lot of nice material, and for the past months, she dedicated her life, Orna, to Mitzrayim. Everyone should take something to give out, to Yid, to non-Yid. And Mirza Hashem, this will be for the past months, will be for the coming months, will be for Orna, schus of Orna, to give out from the nice table that Miri prepared. And Yasher Koach to everyone for this beautiful event and get together for whatever we do.
Thank you guys so much for joining and participating in this very, very, very special event. And of course, thank you so much to my mom who put it all together and all of the women who helped out with setting and cooking and design, decor. Thank you so much. And of course to my wonderful aunt, Dada Racheli, came all the way from Florida to sing with us and celebrate, or commemorate, I should say, Orna. Somebody lost a ring. If you lost your ring, please come to the front. I have a ring over here of somebody. Also, we have a raffle of the Rebbe, of $1 of the Rebbe. I have it right here in my hand. Most importantly, it's $15 for every $1. If you already put a ticket, put another one. You want to win this. It's a very, very, very special $1. I think Saratova will tell us about it. And also it covers the cost of this event, which we really, really need your help with that. So please, please, please ask your friends to help you out, to send Zelle to you, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Chase Quick Pay, Cash, whatever it works. Get your ticket to help cover this event and win this very, very, very special $1 of the Rebbe.
I'm going to make an un-PC comment. You know, there are certain things in the world today that they claim that if everybody doesn't do it, it's not going to work. If everybody doesn't buy a raffle, well, it won't work. So we really ask everybody, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, please buy a raffle. Okay. Yes? Shira Vizimra. Since it's such good exercise to dance, what we're going to do is begin the music by already exercising. Wait, before the dancing, we need to do warm-ups. You can't just start to dance because your muscles might go off. So what you have to do is move the tables out in a flowing manner. Everybody move the table, and that's a warm-up for the muscles so you can dance properly. So we're all going to move there are benchers on the table. We're going to warm our muscles up by moving the tables. And then we will all bring together telling stories.
דברו דבר ולא יקום הוצאו את צווי תופר דברו דבר ולא יקום כי עמנו כן הוצאו את צווי תופר דברו דבר ולא יקום כי עמנו כן הוצאו את צווי תופר דברו דבר ולא יקום הוצאו את צווי תופר דברו דבר ולא יקום כי עמנו כן הוצאו את צווי תופר דברו דבר ולא יקום כי עמנו כן
don't forget to bench. If you washed, please bench. There are benchers on the table. Please take a moment to bench. And then come dance with us.
Okay, let's make a circle, please.
All right, guys, before we dance about the about the raffle for the dollar of the Rebbe. If those of you who are watching live stream, you can send a Cash App to the number 718-308-7354 and specify this is for the dollar of the Rebbe and write your name. Cash App to 718-308-7354. Write your name and write that it's for the dollar of the Rebbe. Please, please, please write your name. Otherwise, you will not be able to enter the raffle and your Cash App will just go to cover the cost of this event. Your number will be from the Cash App. Okay, so those of you who are watching live stream and you want to be part of the raffle, if you have 10 minutes, 718-308-7354. I get a message right now from Cash App. Somebody just sent a Cash App. Thank you. 718-308-7354. Guys, let's get ready to dance. We know that Orna, her celebration was Simchas Beis Shu'eva, and she made us all so happy. We were able to come to her home and watch Simchas Beis Shu'eva. So this will be our little commemoration and dancing. We're going to all come to the center and make a nice big circle and dance in her zechus. Huh? Oh, yeah.
Please come and make a circle. Hold hands and let's dance. Come on, everyone.
אני עוד חי, עם ישראל חי. אני עוד חי, ושתי עיניי עוד נישאות לאור. רבים חוכי, אך גם פרחי, ולפניי שנים רבות מספור. אני שואל ומתפלל, טוב של עובדה עוד התקווה. עובר מזמור, מדור לדור, כמעיין מאז ועד עולם. אני שואל ומתפלל, טוב של עודה עוד התקווה. חי, 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 כן אני עוד חי. זה השיר שסבא שר אתמול לאבא, והיום אני עוד חי, 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 עם ישראל חי. זה השיר שסבא שר אתמול לאבא, והיום הומים ימיי ולילותיי, ובשמיים עמוד הישות קם. אשיר בלי די, אפרוס ידיי לידידיי אשר מעבר ים. אני שואל ומתפלל, טוב של עובדה עוד התקווה. עוד
לכל אדם יש תמיד תשובה. מסרו את הנפש, כל יהודי הוא נכס, באמונה יש את התקווה. בשלמות ארץ ישראל, באחדות נביא גואל. סוף גלות כי במועד, We want משיח עכשיו. זועק בכל מקום הרבי הגדול, We want משיח עכשיו. גם אתה יכול, קטן ועד גדול, We want משיח עכשיו. זועק בכל מקום הרבי הגדול, We want משיח עכשיו. כן, גם אתה יכול, קטן ועד גדול, We want משיח הרבי מלובביץ' אמר, We want משיח now. זועק בכל מקום הרבי הגדול, We want משיח עכשיו. כן, גם אתה יכול, קטן ועד גדול, We want משיח now. זועק בכל מקום הרבי הגדול, We want משיח עכשיו. כן, גם אתה יכול, קטן ועד גדול, We want משיח עכשיו. הרבי מלובביץ' אמר, We want משיח now. הרבי מלובביץ' אמר, We want משיח now. משיח.
רבות הבנה מה זה בדרך, אני הולך עם ראש למעלה, כל אחד הוא בן או בת של מלך. ככה היה וככה זה גם עלה, יהודים נשמה בוערת. בכל מקום ובכל ארץ, לא רוצה שיהיה אחרת. יהודי אני זה משהו נצחי, בני אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, בני שרה רבקה רחל ולאה. בני אברהם, יצחק ויעקב, בני שרה רבקה רחל ולאה. עברי אנוכי ויעש השם אלוקי השמיים אני יורה. 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 A little bit of history I've been through. Ask me where I'm from and I will tell you I'm a Jew and every Jew's a proud Jew. Not just me, my sisters and my brothers, never be ashamed to be a proud Jew. It's not what you've done, it's how he made you. So sing the song and spread the pride around you. Yehudi ani, eternally. Bnei Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Bnei Sarah Rivka, Rachel v'Leah. Bnei Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Bnei Sarah Rivka, Rachel v'Leah. Ivri Anochi v'Yes Hashem Elikei Hashamayim ani yoreh. Ivri Anochi v'Yes Hashem Elikei Hashamayim ani yoreh. Ivri Anochi v'Yes Hashem Elikei Hashamayim ani yoreh. Ivri Anochi v'Yes Hashem Elikei Hashamayim ani yoreh.
Hashem admo Saivei nochim al avodecho Sabeinu vaboy gercha Sedecho Nirannino v'nismecha v'chol yomeinu Shuvo, shuvo Hashem admo Saivei nochim al avodecho Sabeinu vaboy gercha Sedecho Nirannino v'nismecha v'chol yomeinu Nirannino v'nismecha v'nismecha v'chol yomeinu Nirannino v'nismecha v'nismecha v'chol yomeinu Yeinu el avodecho po olecho v'avadorcho al eneihem V'ino yam Hashem Elokeinu oleinu Yeinu el avodecho po olecho v'avadorcho al eneihem V'ino yam Hashem Elokeinu oleinu U'ma'aseh yadeinu koinenu oleinu Ma'aseh yadeinu koinenu U'ma'aseh yadeinu koinenu oleinu Ma'aseh yadeinu koinenu Tirirai-yai-yai-yamma Yai-yai-yamma Yam-da-da-da-dum Tirirai-yai-yai-yamma Yai-yai-yamma Yam-da-da-da-da
Gleich von dem Rege geht mir gleich a Riebe zu dem Rege von Ariko nach Igotl und Anigo nach Isomer und dann noch die Sudla nach Igdebo bereit beruhe Jike Tete vom Yad Mamo. Ja, 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 ja,
we marching out unto victory without a doubt. Two corners four, we marching happily. Nation after nation, we are conquering. Shluchei Adonenu to bring Mashiach Tzidkenu. Tomorrow will be gone.
No more. Come on, march!
Following this Golos,
March, march, march!
Shluchei Adonenu lehavi Mashiach Tzidkenu. Nit'orer min hachalom, Mashiach bא hayom. Yasherenu, matay chelkeinu, umanoyim, goyoleinu, hayom hayofo, hayom.
אלא אתה סיפרת סיבות, מילת העילות, מתנות, רק לך נערב על כל הימים, בכל הלילות. רק אתה סיפרת סיבות, מילת העילות, מתנות, ורק לך נערב על כל הימים, בכל הלילות. רק אתה סיבת הסיבות, מילת העילות, שומע תפילות, ורק לך נאה לדור על כל הימים, בכל הלילות. רק אתה ורק לך נאה לדור על כל הימים, בכל הלילות.
So come and jump, 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 won't you sing with me? Jump, 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 be all you can be. Turn it up, hear the melody. Every soul's got its own musicality. Jump,
Free dance, come on!
won't you sing with me? Jump, 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 be all you can be. Turn it up, hear the melody. Never gonna stop, giving what you got, everybody hot. Jump, we're breaking free. Musicality.
שבוע טוב, שבוע טוב. הודו להשם כי טוב, כי לעולם.
מילה אחת. אני מקווה שכולם שמים לב, אוקיי, שזה לא יארצייט. כולם שמים לב שזה לא יארצייט. אורנה לא נפטרה. אורנה, שנייה אחת, היא כפילה, יש כפילים היום, יש תחיית המתים, אוקיי? שנייה אחת, כולנו כפילים. שנייה. כולנו כפילים, יש תחיית המתים, יש לנו עוד כפילים, אף אחד לא צריך למות. בואו נגיד את הדברים בקול, יש תחיית המתים. אנחנו לא עושים יארצייט, חבר'ה, תראו איך אתם רוקדים, תסתכלו על עצמכם. זה יארצייט. איזה יארצייט זה? אין מוות, יורנה נמצאת, היא יכולה להיכנס פה, אני לא מדבר, שנייה רק רגע. אני יכולה להיכנס כאן בלי שום הגזמות ובלי שום משלים ובלי שום אלגוריות. ממש בדלת הזאת עוד מעט, בלי משלים, אלא במציאות ממש, אוקיי? היום יש נחשונים, יש אנשים שהם נהרגים יום יום. שנייה, יאללה חמודה שלי, שהם נהרגים יום יום.
איתו, כי לעולם לעולם חסדו, הודו להשם כי איתו, כי לעולם חסדו, הודו להשם כי איתו. We're gonna make up for breaking now, so just come and sit around the chairs please. כי איתו, כי לעולם חסדו, הפעם מודה את השם, הפעם.
Everybody, let's say Mazel Tov to Rabbi Majewski's son that got engaged just now. To Menucha Karlibach, that's why he could not come.
Thank you Hashem. הפעם מודה את השם, כי לעולם לעולם חסדו, כי ימתין אליי. Thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. הודו להשם כי איתו, כי לעולם לעולם חסדו, הודו להשם כי איתו, כי לעולם חסדו, הפעם מודה את השם, הפעם מודה את השם, הפעם מודה את השם, כי לעולם לעולם חסדו, הפעם מודה את השם, הפעם מודה את השם, הפעם מודה את השם, כי לעולם לעולם חסדו. ימתין אליי. Thank you Hashem. 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 Thank you תודה רבה לך השם יתברך, תודה רבה לך השם יתברך, תודה רבה לך השם יתברך. Thank you השם. 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 ימתין אליי. Thank you השם. Thank you השם. Thank you השם. Let's come and sit down on the chairs and we're gonna do Farbrengen. Thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem. Thank you Hashem.
איזה שיר של רחל אימנו? תשאלי אותה. אמרתי לה, היא אמרה שאין לה את זה בהקלטה. נשאיר אנחנו. אז תודה לנו. עוד פעם? כן, תקליטי, תקליטי בוואטסאפ.
תוכלי ללחוץ אחרי הנפשי? Okay, so please, let's make a Farbrengen. Come please here. Come sit around in a circle, please, all the beautiful women. Please, come on. Leah. קול ברמה נשמע. שמה לי את זה. It's okay. After. No, it's okay. Sterna, bring the woman to here. Grazie molto.
עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ, אל יתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך.
Can you make it lower, like the music?
השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה ועד קשים, מה יהיה עוד יום עוד שנה, אבל אני מחייך, לא דואג להמשך, כי יש לי אמונה. לפעמים מרגישים שהחיים כל כך קשים, מה יהיה עוד יום עוד שנה, אבל אני מחייך, לא דואג להמשך, כי יש לי אמונה. אני מאמין בניסים, אני יודע שיש אלוקים, שהוא בורא עולם, הכוח של כולם, שומע את קולי, את קולי. אני מאמין בניסים, אני יודע שיש אלוקים, שהוא בורא עולם, הכוח של כולם, שומע את הנס. שלח לי את
עכשיו זה הרפל.
Hi, before the raffle, Sister of Chana Marazav, Rebbitzin, would like to say something about Mivtzayim.
Yeah. One second. Whoa. You just...
Ladies, okay, the Messiah, sorry. We're going to do...
I'll tell you, I have the obligation to say it because the Rebbe tonight told me in the Egos Kodesh about the Farbringen. Hamaise Hu'iker. I want to give you over the Rebbe's message about something, the way. I'm waiting a minute. Girls, just I'll make it. Yeah. Sinora. Okay. Bashgocha Pratis, when I heard Rabbi Majeski saying, Bakasha Banot, the Rebbe's, yeah. No. It takes, this is my sister. No. It takes 5 minutes. No, it's important that whoever is here should hear what I have to say. Otherwise, there's no point. 5 minutes.
But they're already holding a half an raffle, and then you'll talk for 5
Whatever.
minutes. Okay, in 5 minutes we'll do this. Thank you so much. We're gonna have the raffle drawing. We're right here. Thank you so much all for joining. It's so special that you're all here. And if you're able to stay, thank you. Ma, you're coming to draw the raffle? We're gonna have the one and only Mrs. Mashiach drawing the raffle. If you can actually look at those numbers, can you give them some, please? Okay. So we have over here, we're doing the raffle for the special dollar. My mother is going to tell you what's so special about this particular dollar. That it's such a pratis that this is the dollar being raffled tonight at Orna's yahrtzeit commemoration, which also happens to be on Hashgacha Pratis on Yud Aleph Cheshvan Rachel Imenu's yahrtzeit, which we've mentioned before. We're going to have the raffle. We're going to mix it. Look at your tickets. It might be you. Look at your tickets. אז תעשי עכשיו. No, put a ticket for mommy, please.
Just someone sending more.
Who's sending?
Okay,
I told them they have 10 minutes to give the raffle. Half an hour passed. Okay.
So you won't believe what is written on the Rebbe's dollar. So I'm going to take out the dollar and let's open it together. And everybody knows how Orna handwriting is very neat and clear. And what it says on the Rebbe's dollar, that Orna right away always used to write when the Rebbe gave it. And, okay. I have someone that always takes my glasses no matter where. They disappear and then I have to look for them. Okay. So here we go. I know what it says already by heart, but I want to make sure that I says. It says, דולר מכבוד קדושת אדמו"ר שליטה, התוועדות נשים. This was a Farbringen for women, Orna. So whoever has the dollar, he gets actually, אין פה את התאריך, שזו הייתה התוועדות לנשים, והרבא נתן דולר, ואורנה מיד רשמה שזה היה בהתוועדות לנשים. So whoever gets this dollar, basically, you have to understand, It's like Orna knows that you participate in a Verbergen of the women. She appreciates it, and she herself wants to give it to you. And that's why you, whoever it is, going to be the winner, and you get all the blessing from the Rebbe and appreciation from Orna directly. Basically, she was the shlucha between the Rebbe and you, and whenever she got it, the Rebbe knew one day you're going to participate in this event, and that's why she is the one that received it in order to hand it to you tonight. So, can someone pull out? Sinora, would you like to pull up one? Orna Busi, come. מי?
אני שמה לה.
שרה כהן. נתת לה את הרפל? היא שמה לשרה. זה של שרה, תבדקי שזה של שרה. כן, הבת של אורנה, בבקשה. היא הכי קטנה פה, ועל הקטנים אין לנו תלונות.
The winning ticket goes to.
Number? 1 second. No.
זהו, הגרלה הייתה.
2, 4, 0. Oh, I was having 2. After 0 goes 2, then 5. 2, 4, 0, 2, 5. Anyone who's still in? There's only 10 people that are still in.
No, it's nothing of this.
Nothing of this? 2, 5, and the last number is 1. She has something to say. Sorry. Wow, Tova Mordechai. Opa, Tova Mordechai from Tzvaz. Opa. Tova Mordechai from Tzvaz. She put in the raffle ticket. Eze Yofi. Who's this? Kol hakavod. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming.
Give her the mic quickly because we promised her.
A very, very important message for about Mitzrayim. Can we have the music off for a minute? Yeah. Thank you, Esther. Thank you very much to my mother, Mrs. Mashiach, and Esther for arranging, and Mrs. Best for everything. Thank you very much to whoever participated from the Mazel Tov group.
Thank you very much for Rebbetzin Racheli for coming all the way from Florida. Everyone, give it up. Woo! And thank you very much for her daughter, Mushka, for singing so beautifully. Woo!
That was a big mistake.
Don't forget to make a bracha achrona. There are benches on the table. Finished? Live? Thank you very much for everyone who participated on Zoom. How many participants are there? Thank you very much for the 650 people that joined on Zoom.